In the last episode of my Las Vegas Raiders franchise here on Madden 25, we unfortunately lost our second and third games in a row. We have gone from 8-2 on the season down to 8-5, but maybe today against the New York Jets we can finally rebound. We will also get our very first look at rookie quarterback Johnny Davidson for the Jets, who was an 82 overall. I believe it was the number 3 overall pick. At running back, they have Breece Hall, who was an 88. Over at wide receiver, they have an 87 in Garrett Wilson, and then a 73 in Xavier Gibson and a 76 in Kendrick Bourne. Their receiver room does not appear to be that great. Tight end is going to be Isaiah Likely at an 80 overall. Left tackle is a 79. Left guard is an 82. Center is an 81. Right guard is an 86. And right tackle is a 76. And then over on defense, Will McDonald is a 79. At right end, they have an 82. Defensive tackle is a 91 in Quentin Williams. Outside linebacker is a 77 overall rookie. Middle linebacker is a 75. Right outside linebacker is an 84 in Quincy Williams. At corner, they have a 97 in Sauce Gardner. Free safety is a 78 in Malachi Starks, and strong safety is an 80 overall in Jordan Poyer. And I had to come back and double check this one. Malachi Starks was drafted to the Ravens, but I guess they decided to move on from him after only a season because he's in his second year and now a member of the Jets. A massive part of our last two games where we lost 37-17 and 23-20 is because the defense really could not stop the opposing quarterback. CJ Stroud went for over 300 yards and 4 touchdowns. And we had a chance to force overtime in the Jacksonville game, but our defense could not hold Trevor Lawrence out of field goal range, and they kicked a last-second field goal to win it. But maybe today we can finally rebound because these guys are not really great in any statistical category. Their highest stat is defensive points per game. They are ranked number 12. And some decent news here, Ashton Jeanty apparently officially went over 1,000 yards in our last game. His rookie season was not that great, but this year he seems to be doing a lot better. And in the battle of rookie quarterbacks today, Johnny Davidson has gotten down to the 17-yard line on his very first drive. A quick throw to the outside will be caught by Breece Hall, and that will set up a first and goal at about the 9-yard line. I am really hoping today our defense can play a bit better. So far, not off to a great start. That's a quick throw to the outside, caught by his man down to the 2-yard line to bring up a second and goal. Davidson going back in shotgun for the very next play. Breece Hall is lined up in the backfield. They take the snap, and it's going to be a read option. Davidson keeps it himself and will dive into the end zone. Touchdown, Jets. They come out and take a 7-0 lead. And our rookie quarterback comes out to face a 3rd and 5 at his own 35. A possible 3-and-out going over the middle will find his man. That's Deontay Robertson for the first down. On the next play, it would be a gain of 3 from Ashton Jeanty, so now it's a 2nd and 7, and Elliott's going to look to pass. A quick throw to the outside, caught by Michael Mayer for the first down up the sideline and brought down to the 42. Oh, and I almost forgot to mention that we did get a massive addition back today. Brock Bowers is back in the starting lineup. We went 0-3 as he was out with an injury, and now we'll come out here with a 4-yard run from Ashton Jeanty. So what I am really hoping is that Brock Bowers can open this offense back up. 2nd and 6 from the 38-yard line. It'll be a fake toss to Jeanty. Now Elliott's going to throw it out to Jeanty on the outside, who will get met and brought down to bring up a 3rd and 4. Michael Elliott back in his shotgun set again. Ashton Jeanty still in the backfield. We will send wide receiver Jack Bech in motion. He takes the snap. They're bringing a blitz. He goes quickly to the outside. He finds Jacoby Myers up the sideline, brought down to the 11-yard line. First down, Jets on a 25-yard play. And I said first down Jets, I definitely meant first down Raiders. Either way, from the 11, out of a shotgun formation, a quick throw caught by Brock Bowers, who cuts upfield, and welcome back into the lineup down to the 1-yard line. First and goal now coming up, and we come out in an I formation. Taysom Hill is lined up at fullback. Ashton Jeanty is in at running back. It'll be a toss play to the outside, and Ashton Jeanty is into the end zone. Touchdown Raiders. We tie this one up. And now our defense has a chance to get them off the field. It's a 3rd and 10 from the 50. Davidson will drop back to pass. And he's going to let this one go to the outside, caught by his man, but he steps out of bounds and they will punt it away. And the following drive for the Raiders would take us into the second quarter, but it's a 3rd and 7. Can we keep the drive moving? Going downfield, and there is Brock Bowers yet again, all the way down to the 48-yard line. I think our offense desperately missed that man. 1st and 10 in Jets territory now. Elliott will look to pass. A quick throw will be caught by Jacoby Myers, and that will be a first down to the 38. Now Elliott's going to line up under center. Ashton Jeanty lined up in the backfield. Do we give it to our star running back? No, we don't. It'll be a play fake. Elliott rolling to the outside. Needs to get rid of it, but we'll get sacked back at the 44-yard line for a loss of 7. That will bring up a 2nd and 17 now. With a shotgun formation, Jeanty in the backfield. Elliott will look to pass. They're bringing a blitz. He goes over the middle, finds Jacoby Myers for the first down and more. And Jacoby Myers is gone. Touchdown Raiders. We will take the lead. Later on in the second quarter, we have gotten the ball back, and it's a 3rd and 4 from the 46-yard line. Elliott will drop back to pass. He's going to fire this downfield, and that one's going to be incomplete. We will punt it away. But following our punt, our defense would force a 3-and-out in simulation. We would get the ball back and now face a 3rd and 3 from the 39. He's going deep. A wide open Jacoby Myers down to the 9-yard line. 1st and goal coming up. Let's see if we can finish this drive out. Elliott back in his shotgun formation. Ashton Jeanty in the backfield, but he'll look to pass. A quick throw to the end zone, and he finds his man, but Jacoby Myers can't hold on to it. That will now bring up a 2nd and goal. It will once again be a shotgun set, and Ashton Jeanty still in the backfield. Elliott will look to pass. Another quick throw, and I think that was the same exact play, but it worked out better this time. Touchdown Raiders. And then once again in simulation, our defense would force a 3-and-out. We get the ball back with 1:44 to go here in the first half from the 50, and we'll find Michael Mayer for a gain of about 8 yards to bring up a 2nd and 2. Elliott back in his shotgun formation for the next play will once again look to pass. He's going to fire this over the middle and throw it right at Jacoby Myers' feet, so now it's going to be a 3rd and 2. From about the Jets' 42-yard line. With a shotgun set, Ashton Jeanty in the backfield, but will look to pass. And Elliott under pressure tried to get rid of it, and that one's going to fall incomplete. And I didn't jump in to watch any of it, but right before halftime, we would get the ball back and add a field goal to make it 24-7 now in the second half, and that's going to be a 4th and 1. And we will at least get to see this field goal try from kicker Daniel Carlson. This will be about a 48 or a 49-yard try, really wherever you want to say, maybe a 48.5. Kick is away, and it is good. Later on in the third quarter, the Jets have now driven down to the 24-yard line. Davidson out of shotgun will drop back to pass. A quick throw to the outside will be caught by Garrett Wilson, and that will result in a 5-yard play. Now on a 2nd and 5, he's back in a shotgun set again, and we nearly jump off sides that time. Davidson will take the snap and look to pass. He's going to throw this to the outside, caught by his man, and that will be a 1st down out of bounds at the 14. But that play will take us to the final quarter of this game. Now out of shotgun, it'll be a handoff, and he's going to get met immediately. Breece Hall getting nothing on that play. 2nd and 10 from about the 14 now. Davidson back in shotgun, and we are going to get called for jumping off sides that time, I'm pretty sure, and it should be an encroachment call. No, they actually called a neutral zone. That was officially called on Tonka Hemingway. Now 2nd and 5 from the 9. Davidson will drop back to pass. He's going to let this one go through the back of the end zone, and will bring up a 3rd down for the Jets now. He comes out with the only one in the backfield, actually. From about the 9-yard line, he'll take the snap and look to pass. He's going to the end zone, and that one will be incomplete, knocked out of his hands. But when you're down by 20 points in the fourth quarter, you have to go for it in this situation. 4th and 5. He's going to look to pass. He's under pressure. Hit as he's throwing, and that's a turnover on downs. And that is going to ultimately lead to your final score of 27-7. We play a really good game today and get out here with a win, finally snapping our 3-game losing streak, and maybe we can take first place back in the AFC West now. Rookie quarterback Michael Elliott was the better rookie today. He finished 24 of 35 for 293 yards, 2 touchdowns, and he did throw 1 interception in simulation. I didn't really feel the need to cover that, but yeah, he did throw another pick, which I believe is now 14 on the season. He really needs to learn to take care of the ball. Ashton Jeanty goes for 103 yards and a touchdown, and then in his return from injury, Brock Bowers goes 7 for 79. But Jacoby Myers, 7 for 134 and 2 scores. He had a monster day. And it would appear that middle linebacker Elandon Roberts led our team in tackles today with a total of 7. In sacks, it looks like Christian Wilkins got 1.5, Max Crosby got 1, Nakobe Dean got 1, and Tonka Hemingway got 1, along with Eric Stokes getting half of 1. And I didn't show you Michael Elliott's interception, but I also didn't show you Johnny Davidson's because it also happened in simulation where Eric Stokes came away with a pick. And their rookie today goes 21 of 35 for 205 yards, no touchdowns, 1 interception on the ground. They only ran the ball 8 times with Breece Hall and only got 21 yards. Johnny Davidson got their only touchdown today, and then receiving their best one was Isaiah Likely, 7 for 59. And we get some great news before we head into our next game, and that is that the Kansas City Chiefs lost their last game. And since we picked up a win, that means we now have the same record and we hold the tiebreaker, which means we are now officially back in first place in the AFC West. Now we just have to do our absolute best to hold on to it. And our next opponent is the 3-11 Cincinnati Bengals, led by 98 overall quarterback Joe Burrow. At running back, they have an 80 overall in Chase Brown. Wide receivers, an 86 in T. Higgins, an 82 in Akeem Pleasant. I don't know where Jamar Chase is. Amari Cooper is here, but they do not have Jamar Chase right now. At tight ends, a 77 overall. Left tackle's a 76. Left guard's a 71. Center is a 76. Right guard's an 80. And right tackle is going to be a 79. Over on defense, Shamar Stewart is a 74 overall. At right end, Trey Hendrickson is still here at a 91 overall. Defensive tackle is a 77. Outside linebacker is going to be a 75. Middle linebacker is a 76. Right outside linebacker is an 80. Then at corner, they have an 83 and an 80. Free safety is a 79, and strong safety will be an 82. And it appears that we get kind of lucky for this matchup. You never want to hope for injuries in real life, but I will take them in a video game. Jamar Chase, a 99 overall receiver, has a dislocated elbow and will not be in today's game. And you can see on this screen, their overall team rating is not that good. An 83 overall, an 84 offense, and an 83 defense. I would say we have a good chance then, but in Madden, that really doesn't matter. That probably means they'll take this down to the wire. But looking at their season stats, they seem to only really be good at throwing the ball. Even offensive points per game, they're ranked 25th. And we will jump in here to the first quarter. We have a 2nd and 5 from the Cincinnati 24-yard line. That'll be a play fake to Ashton Jeanty. And now Elliott going deep downfield and overthrowing a wide open Michael Mayer. Would have been able to walk into the end zone there. Now a 3rd and 5. Back in his shotgun set. See if he can put that throw out of his mind. Elliott will drop back and look to pass again. Going downfield, and he'll miss his receiver again. And will settle for a field goal try from Daniel Carlson of about 41 yards here to get on the board today and make it 3-0. Snap, hold, kick us away, and it is good. The next time we jump in will be in the second quarter, and they get the ball to start this drive at the 28-yard line because we got intercepted in simulation, and it'll be a first down to the 16-yard line. But yeah, quarterback Michael Elliott throwing yet another interception on the season. I believe that's number 16 now. I went and looked before the game, but here we're going to get a sack on Joe Burrow thanks to Eric Stokes. But as I was saying, before the game I went and looked, and he was up to 15 picks on the season. That is number 16, so my count was wrong in the last game. And here they'll turn that into a 3rd and 9 at about the 15-yard line. Burrow will come out in a shotgun set. Chase Brown lined up in the backfield. We could hold him to a field goal try here, which would be a win considering they started at the 28-yard line. He's going to roll to the outside under pressure, hit as he's throwing, and it goes out of bounds. They would then make that field goal. Now we have a 3rd and 2 in a tie ball game from the 38-yard line. Handoff to Ashton Jeanty, and he will not get the first down. We will punt it away. And it looks like Joe Burrow has gotten them back down to the 28-yard line. He's in a shotgun formation, and that's going to be a flag. And they would actually call a false start on Cincinnati, so that moves them back 5 yards to a 1st and 15. From the 33-yard line, under quick pressure, and sack fumbles the ball. It is recovered by Christian Wilkins, and he may be able to get into the end zone. Please, someone throw a block for the big man. Inside the 15, 10, 5, touchdown Raiders. It was Max Crosby on the sack. Joe Burrow couldn't hold on to it, and we will take the lead. Jumping in on their next drive, it's a 3rd and 6, and that's going to be another flag. Who is that one going to be on? It's another false start. So instead of a 3rd and 6, they are looking at a 3rd and 11 now. Burrow out of shotgun will draw back to pass. Rolling around the pocket, he may try to take off, and he will, and he gets hammered before he gets the first down. It was a Landon Roberts laying the hit, but on 4th and inches, they will actually line up and punt this away. I fully expected them to go for it here. The punt will be sent deep, and we will get to take over at about the 3-yard line. Let's just hope our quarterback can take care of the ball here. Under 3 minutes to go in the half. We'll give it to Ashton Jeanty up the middle, and he'll be breaking tackles for a gain of about 6 yards. That moves us up to the 8-yard line, where it's now a 2nd and 4. Michael Elliott back in a shotgun formation. Ashton Jeanty lined up in the backfield. He will take the snap and look to pass, rolling to the outside, and he's going to take off, and he fumbles the ball. Unfortunately, he does not take care of the ball, and Trey Hendrickson has recovered that. So with 2:17 to go in the half, Cincinnati takes over at the 13-yard line with a 1st and 10. Burrow out of shotgun with a handoff to his back to the outside. He'll get met and brought down. That should take us down to the 2-minute warning. Now a 2nd and 8 from about the 11-yard line. Burrow back in shotgun, will drop back to pass again, fires this one downfield, caught by his man. That sets up a 3rd and 2 at about the 5-yard line now. And they are not going to burn a timeout. Burrow comes back to the line in a shotgun set. See if they convert on this 3rd down. He's going to send his tight end in motion. He will line up at receiver. Burrow takes the snap, and a quick throw over the middle will be caught and knocked out of his receiver's hands. Now, will they go for it or just take the field goal here? They will just line up for the field goal try. And I really don't appreciate that their backup quarterback is wearing Andy Dalton's number, but either way, the kick is away, and it is good. Now, our quarterback, Michael Elliott, has all 3 timeouts and 1 minute and 14 seconds before the end of the half. We'll see if we can do anything. A wide-open Jacoby Myers is a great start of the drive all the way down to the 43, and we'll burn a timeout with 1 minute and 6 seconds, as it looked like a bunch of the player models kind of got freaked out by that. That will lead to another 5-wide set. Elliott all alone in the backfield here. We'll take the snap and look to pass. A quick throw to the outside. That one's going to fall incomplete. Tried to find Bech, who I feel like I have not really said a whole lot in the last few episodes. Now a 2nd and 10 from the 43. In a shotgun formation, Elliott will take the snap. A quick throw downfield caught by Brock Bowers. That will set up for a 6-yard play to bring up a 3rd and 4. But in the clock run down, we elect to not burn a timeout here. From the 37-yard line, Elliott will drop back to pass. He's going to fire this downfield, and he finds his man. That's Jeanty Robertson down to the 21, and we burn a timeout. He will take the snap and look to pass. He's going to throw this to the outside, caught by Ashton, who gets out of bounds. No gain on the play, and leaves us with 27 seconds on the clock. At least he did not get tackled in bounds. That would have been a really bad situation. Would have had to burn that final timeout. Now all on the backfield, Elliott will take the snap. A quick throw to the outside, caught by Myers. And like that, we're probably going to have to burn that final timeout and just kick a field goal. Or not. We burn it with 19 seconds to go here in the half. So I guess we're going to try to at least go to the end zone one time here. Out of a shotgun set, Elliott takes a snap and throws it through the back of the end zone to bring up a 4th down. We will just kick the field goal. That would also take us into halftime, where we'll get the ball to start the 3rd quarter, and I've driven all the way down to the 19. We'll start with a play fake dash and Jeanty going downfield, and there's Brock Bowers. Touchdown Raiders. We go up 20-6. On their following drive, Cincinnati faces a 3rd and 11. They need to stay on the field down by 2 touchdowns. He's going to be under quick pressure. It's a screen to the outside, caught by Chase Brown, but he will get nowhere near the marker, and they will punt this ball away. But unfortunately, in simulation, our quarterback gets picked off, and they take over at the 7-yard line. It was Jordan Battle on the interception, and now Burrow to the end zone, gets tipped around, and that one's intercepted by Justin Simmons, so we get the ball right back. And looking to take advantage of the turnover, we drive downfield and hit a 42-yard touchdown pass to Jacoby Myers in simulation and make it 27-6. But just keep in mind, Cincinnati is not out of this game just yet. It's only a 3-touchdown game. I feel like we have blown those leads before. 1st and 10 from the 19. He'll take the snap and look to pass. It's going to be a quick throw to the outside, caught by his man, and that's going to be T. Higgins getting brought down for just a gain of 2. Chase Brown is the running back in the backfield, but Burrow will look to pass. And he's rolling to the outside under pressure, throws it on the run, and that one gets deflected away. It was a jump ball in the back corner, and thankfully our defensive back was able to win it. So now on 3rd down, still at the 17-yard line, Burrow's back in shotgun. Chase Brown in the backfield, he'll look to pass. He's going to fire this to the outside, that'll be caught, and a 1st down to set up a 1st and goal to T. Higgins. This could end up being the final play of the 3rd quarter. 1st and goal from the 9. Burrow will take the snap and looks to pass, dropping farther back, rolling to the outside. He's under pressure, and he's getting sacked on the play by Landon Roberts. And that would, in fact, take us down to the final quarter of the game. 2nd and goal from the 15. A quick throw will be caught, and he's immediately brought down. So that will now set up a 3rd and goal at about the 10-yard line for Cincinnati. Burrow comes out in shotgun here. I would imagine this is 4-down territory. He'll take the snap and look to pass. He's going to the end zone, and that one will be caught by T. Higgins. Touchdown, Cincinnati. It looked like he beat DJ Turner on the play. The offense has 2 things they need to do, either add to our score or chew the clock, and on 3rd and 10 from the 50, we will keep the drive moving down to the 37-yard line as we try to move closer to the end zone and get to keep chewing away at the clock here. 1st and 10, back in his shotgun set again. Ashton Jeanty lined up in the backfield. Elliott will take the snap. We give it to the running back, trying to follow his blocks, but is brought down for just a gain of 2. Now on a 2nd and 8, and that's going to be a flag. Who is it going to be on, though? It looks to be on us. That moves us back to have a 2nd and 13 from the 40. Elliott will look to pass. Rolling to the outside and runs right into the pressure. I really wish the AI was a little bit smarter than to do dumb stuff like that. Now a 3rd and 21 from the 48-yard line. Elliott needing to go deep downfield. He's going to get sacked on the play, and we'll have to punt it away on 4th and 32. And like I told you, Cincinnati is not dead in this game. They have gotten down to our 34-yard line. Burrow on 1st and 10 will throw this underneath. That'll be caught, and they turn that into a 1st down, brought down to the Raiders 23 for a gain of about 11. A little over 7 minutes to go in the game. Burrow out of shotgun will draw back to pass again. And he's going to look to run this time. He'll take off inside the 15 and slide down to the 14-yard line to bring up a 2nd and 1. The clock will continue to run. Burrow back in his shotgun formation. Chase Brown, I believe, still in the backfield. Burrow will take the snap, and a quick throw caught by his man over the middle. And they will get all the way down to the 3-yard line, setting up a 1st and goal. Now it's going to be an I formation. He lines up under center. Will this go to Chase Brown? Yes, it will, to the outsider, but he doesn't find any space. Brought down to the 3 to bring up a 2nd and goal. Burrow back in shotgun here at the 3-yard line. He'll take the snap and looks to pass, going to the end zone, and he finds his man. It's a touchdown once again to T. Higgins. And I just tried to simulate the extra point, thinking that's what they would do, but they apparently went for 2 and got it. So it's only a 6-point game here, and we're going to come out with a sack by Michael Elliott back to the 17-yard line. You cannot take that sack. You have to throw the ball away. 2nd and 20 back at the 17. They nearly jump off sides. We don't take advantage of it. Now Elliott will look to pass. He's going to go deep downfield, and that one will be dropped by Jack Bech. It looked like he was going into traffic. So now a 3rd and 20 with a 5-wide set from the 17-yard line. Elliott will take the snap, dropping farther back, rolling to the outside, and he gets sacked again. You have got to be kidding me. On the last drive, we faced a 4th and 32. Now we face a 4th and 29. We punt this ball away. Cincinnati will field it about the 45-yard line, and he gets met, breaks that tackle, and is brought down at R47. So Joe Burrow has 3:55 left to try to take the lead. We have really allowed them back in this game. 1st and 10. Burrow back in the shotgun set. Will send his tight end in motion. He's going to line up at receiver. Burrow takes the snap, fires over the middle, finds his man, and they rule that incomplete, knocks out of Amari Cooper's hands. So now a 2nd and 2. Burrow back in a 5-wide set this time. He is all alone in the backfield. We'll take the snap. We're bringing a blitz. He goes over the middle and finds his man down to the 32-yard line. Just a little over 3 minutes to play in the game. From the 32, it's a handoff up the middle, and Chase Brown won't find any space. They rule that he did get a yard. So now it's a 2nd and 9 from the 31. Burrow's going to change this play here. Still going to be a shotgun formation, though. Taking a bit to snap the ball. I guess he's reading the defense, and he'll finally take the snap. Burrow going to throw this to a wide open man for the 1st down, all the way down to the 16-yard line. And that play would take us all the way down to the 2-minute warning. From the 16-yard line, Burrow back in shotgun. We'll send his tight end in motion again. He's going to line up at receiver. He goes over the middle, and that's a diving deflection. Trying to find T. Higgins. A great deflection from DJ Turner, I believe. Now on a 2nd and 10. From the 16-yard line, Burrow's lined up under center. We'll take the snap, and a handoff up the middle. Chase Brown making people miss. Gets all the way down to the 8-yard line to set up a 3rd and 2. The clock will continue to run down, though. Both teams not wanting to burn a timeout here. 1:25 to play in regulation. Burrow takes the snap, goes over the middle, and that one will be caught and held on to. 1st and goal at the 2-yard line. Under a minute to play in the game. Burrow back in shotgun will take the snap. It's going to be a screen to the outside, caught, but he is immediately brought down in the backfield. They still do not burn a timeout. The clock is down to 20 seconds remaining. Burrow takes the snap. It'll be a screen again to the outside, trying to use his speed, and gets met and brought down to the 3. And we finally have a timeout with 16 seconds to go in the game. Burrow back in shotgun will take the snap and looks to pass. Defense, please be ready. He's going to look to run, and Joe Burrow will walk into the end zone with 11 seconds remaining. They have managed to pull off this comeback. We are going to burn a timeout here to try to ice the kicker on an extra point, I guess, as they come out to try to take a 1-point lead. Snap, hold, kick is away, and the kick will be good. And now we need a miracle. At one point, it looked like we had this game locked up. Obviously, that was not the case. I knew they were still in it, and they definitely proved that. That will go for a touchback. So here comes Michael Elliott. Needs to get into field goal range. 11 seconds remaining. We have 2 timeouts. From our own 30-yard line, Elliott will take the snap, and under quick pressure and sacks immediately. What in the hell has happened to our offensive line in just the last quarter? Now a 2nd and 16. He'll drop back, needs to get rid of it. He's going to fire this deep downfield. He finds Jacoby Myers, and Myers gets all the way down to the 35-yard line. We burn a timeout, and it will come down to Daniel Carlson on a 52-yard try. Snap, hold, kick is away, and this kick will be good. We are going to escape here with a victory. We allow them back into this game. They complete the comeback just for Michael Elliott to find Jacoby Myers over the middle to set up Daniel Carlson to steal a victory that we tried to give away. And our quarterback really needs to learn to take care of the ball. He threw 2 interceptions today and had that fumble that we lost. But other than that, he goes 22 of 36 for 309 yards and 2 touchdowns and came up incredibly clutch. Ashton Jeanty, 9 carries for 47 yards. Kind of wish we were running the ball a bit more. But receiving, Brock Bowers 8 for 103 in a score. Jacoby Myers has just gone off in this episode, 7 for 150 and a touchdown. And Nakobe Dean was apparently all over the field today, getting 13 tackles. Max Crosby got 2 sacks, Elandon Roberts got 2, and then Eric Stokes, Baron Browning, and Zadarius Smith all came away with 1. And we got 2 interceptions, actually, one that we saw from Justin Simmons, and then Jeremy Chinn got 1 in simulation that I don't even think I talked about in the middle of the game, but yeah, he came away with 1 as well. And over on the other sideline, Joe Burrow goes 32 of 43 for 300 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 2 interceptions. Chase Brown got 53 yards on 13 carries, but Joe Burrow did run in for a touchdown. And then receiving, T. Higgins 10 for 76 and 2 scores, and Amari Cooper 6 for 92. And it was a very good thing we were able to pick up that win because Kansas City also picks up a win. So had we lost, they picked up a win, they would have taken first place back in the AFC West. But for now, we hold on to it, and we're still very much in play for the #1 seed. We're only 1 game behind Baltimore here. But in the next episode, we should be able to wrap up the regular season as we take on the 4-11 Chargers. And then the division may come down to that final game in the year between us and the Kansas City Chiefs in week number 18. It could be a win and you're in situation. But anyway, hopefully you guys enjoyed, and I will talk to you next time.